author who's had a chance to chronicle world events working side by side with then Secretary of State John Kerry.
And he is now John Keller's guest in this week's Keller at Large.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. My guest this morning may be familiar to those of you who follow politics closely. For more than 30 years, Glen Johnson covered local and national politics for the Boston Globe, the AP, and other publications. But in 2013, when then Senator John Kerry succeeded Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State, he hired Glen to handle his strategic communications. And his experiences during 4 years on that job are recounted in his book, Window Seat on the World: My Travels with the Secretary of State. It's available now wherever good books are sold. Glen, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be back home.
Good to have you back home. Now, you and I both covered John Kerry for years, and I distinctly recall a few times where we were both kind of rolling our eyes at his political style. What did you learn about Kerry from the inside that you didn't know from the outside?
Well, through a long series of negotiations on several fronts, whether it was in the Middle East trying to bring peace between the Palestinians and the Israelis, or especially over the Iran nuclear deal in a 19-day stint in Vienna, I learned a lot about his patience and his creativity, how he would stick with a task and try and find alternate ways to bridge gaps between differing parties. That was something that I didn't really have an appreciation for when I covered him from the outside.
Give me an example of his bridging the gap.
Well, for example, in those situations, you have multiple constituencies you've got to keep happy. You're representing the President of the United States, and you've got to keep the United States interests in the forefront. You're also conducting a negotiation with Iranians, but you're also trying to herd the cats of the 28-member European Union, all the permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. And so he had so many things going on. He had to be patient to listen to everybody's points of view, but then also push forward and ultimately bring the negotiation to some kind of resolution.
We rarely, if ever, heard about friction between him and President Obama. Differences. I mean, you're not supposed to let that become public. Were they occurring behind the scenes?
For sure. I mean, I write in Window Seat in the World about how most people will remember he went out and very vociferously made a case for strikes against Syria after a use of chemical weapons in
the famous red line.
The red line that was crossed, and then the president reversed course and throttled back and said, I want to take this to Congress. This was after the Brits had decided they didn't want to get involved in a military action. And so the secretary changed course and supported the president's policy there. And as a good Navy lieutenant that he once was, said, I follow the chain of command. So he supported the president's approach at that time, but it was clearly, a difference from his initial instinct on that matter.
Secretary Kerry hasn't been shy about his dismay and disappointment at the scrapping of U.S. participation in the Iran deal. What can you tell us about what it has meant to have the U.S. pull out? Well,
it's clear that it's cost us some credibility. As I said earlier, this was not just the United States and Iran in a negotiation. This was the United States. It was working on behalf of the permanent members of the United Nations Security Council and the 28-member EU. When's the last time they all agreed unanimously on anything? Most of the times when you hear stories about the UN Security Council, it's about them, one party vetoing the other party's interests, whether it's Russia and China against the US or the other way around. Here there was unanimity in approach. And so when you take that back and then you take this maximum pressure campaign that they're doing on the economic front, you've now cornered Iran, and you better have them acquiesce to what you want, or you better be ready to lose some face down the road. And it's unclear which way that will really go at this point.
Okay, we have to take our break, but when we come back, Glen, I want to talk with you a little bit about a big current story in our foreign affairs having to do with our relationship with Britain. And also, are we possibly at risk of going to war in Iran? That and more when we continue our conversation with Glen Johnson, author of Window Seat on the World, in just a moment.